Good evening. Well, thanks for the bits, Mama Loons. I saw we had the ice cream van there. But that should. Oh no, it wasn't the ice cream van. Oh, it was for the bits. Oh, that works. That was it. Thanks very much, Mama Loons. You're the first to try out the new bits announcement. That's very generous of you. I'll say some good evenings to people. Over on YouTube, evening to only me, Christian, Beauty the Creative. Who else have we got? And then we've got a few lurkers, but over on Twitch, evening to, of course that's reset itself, evening to Wangeed, Archiles, who I saw about 10 minutes ago, Leo, who I saw about 10 minutes ago, evening to Michael, evening to Mama Loons, and again thanks for the bits. Who else have we got coming in? And evening to Lone, who's on both platforms, and welcome Tinker. If you're listening, Mama Loons, contributions going fenced accounts, specific outside of that, that's coming from not your money. Your money stays within the account of the channel and hopefully goes towards making it self-fulfilling or self-funding, shall we say. I'm assuming everyone can hear me. I think Christian said you could hear me. He said the sound's good. I'm assuming the sound. The fuchsia lady boo. It is currently 7:15 in the evening here in the UK. I am due to get a phone at some point, probably in the next half hour, which I'll have to stop and just answer for a couple of minutes. Which, when we get to that point, you can choose whether you want to carry on watching some flowers or whether you want the a couple of minutes. We'll get to that. I'll answer a gardening question I've asked over. Those fuchsias keep going. Do they want Dad to keep them in? On these fuchsias, it does help because if you don't take the flowers off, across these plants, the existing flowers they'll grow a bit further and some new flowers will appear. It's got crackle. Tell you what it is. I think the mic's rubbing on. Let me smooth the mic's rubbing on. Let me know if that's any better. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing for crackle. Got to be careful when you say that. Twitch thinks it's much better. We'll wait and see what response YouTube's got as well. YouTube's always a few seconds behind Twitch. Yeah, they're in agreement as well. Yeah, I think it was rubbing against the t-shirt. I'll go outside and I'll say hello to everyone in person in case anyone here is new and doesn't know what I look like. Hello everyone. Hopefully I am in shot. You can never tell on this channel. Put you back on the fuchsias for a sec. How about, yeah. Oh, geez, it drives me, I'll shut this door. Oh, yeah, the sound's corrected itself, but we're now out of focus on the fuchsia. See what that looks like. These auto-focusing cameras. This is fuchsia Lady Boothby. It's a hardy fuchsia, which means it stays out all year. Okay, we're sort of -10, -12 degrees C over winter. And this specimen is the one that we've had here for, and this is about probably about 6-7 years old, and it's about 12 foot tall by, no, perhaps 12 foot's an exaggeration, 10 foot by 10 foot, something like that now. Evening, Zab. Just a few updates. There won't be a huge amount of actual gardening today. Anyone who's been here on previous streams probably knows that I injured my knee 10 days ago, and it did get better, but after the stream we had on Sunday, when I was kneeling down quite a lot, oh, hang on, I saw Zab redeem this ice cream van. Did it actually appear or not? It probably didn't. Hang on, and I know why. Let me just check. Yeah. I'll give you a backup ice cream van. So. I forgot to instruct the ice cream van to visit tonight, so it was parked up in the yard. Yeah, I injured my knee 10 days ago, and after Sunday, it was quite sore after Sunday of not crawling around, but even though I didn't put any weight on it, just having an ankle was a bit sore. So I've taken some proper advice, and I've now got a guesstimate as to what's wrong, I think. But it means I've got to slightly be careful what I'm doing over the next month. Got to try to keep me leg fairly straight most of the time, and that's the phone call I was on about. So I've got to take this for a couple of minutes. Do you want to carry on? I'll leave it up to chat. Do you want to carry on looking at the fuchsia, or do you want to see the BRB screen for a couple of minutes? Because this is a democracy, and we'll let the democracy decide what you want to see. We've got a fuchsia there. BRB there. Fuchsias. Sorry, Beauty Love Creative. I think you're being outvoted by fuchsias. Right, if you give me a couple of minutes, I'll be back. Enjoy the fuchsias, chat to yourselves, and we'll get back and get on with the stream because it shouldn't be interrupted after that. After this, right, back in a moment. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Hope you managed to cope without me. The audience numbers seem to have gone up while I've been gone, so let's just check you can still hear me. Just check OBS. Test, yes, test. Yep. I'm going to put the mic back on. If you get the crackle, let me know. Right, you're back on now. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to take that call. got rid of it as quick as I could. Yeah, Lone's talking about the video out on YouTube today. Anyone who didn't see it, it's a video about dark flowers and dark meanings to flowers. It's actually the start of a series. It is, but they're coming out on the Tuesday lunchtimes in the run up to Halloween, which seems like a long way away, but isn't. I'll give you a few more updates as to what's going on. YouTube wise, we've just passed today the 1,500th video on the channel, which seems like an awful lot of work. But I mean, a lot of that's shorts. But still quite impressive to have that much content on the channel. And if anyone is watching and hasn't subscribed to YouTube, it'd be appreciated, because we're getting awfully close to 1,500 subscribers now on YouTube. What else can I tell you on the admin side? The reason we're streaming tonight is that the weather forecast for the next 3 days here is not good. Well, it is good for the garden, because it's going to be raining for 3 days. Looking at the forecast, it's going to be raining 24 hours a day for the next 3 days. So hopefully that might perk the garden up for the autumn. But obviously it's not good for streaming in the garden. So so I thought I'd run it tonight. I will run a stream on Friday evening, I think, to celebrate a year of dual streaming YouTube and Twitch together, rather than separately. That may just be an indoor stream. I don't know yet. So look out for your notifications on Friday, and there'll obviously be the usual Sunday lunchtime stream. I'll just read some comments. Thanks for the congratulations of various people for being such a dedicated publisher of content. That's a good way of putting it. Well, I was going to say evening. Hello, Victoria. Welcome to the channel. Is that something like Bentastic or something? Is that a good guess at what that is, or what should we be calling you? But welcome to the channel. Anyone new to the channel, you do see me on screen, especially on the lives, and more so on the Sundays. This stream tonight is more of a relaxation stream, really. I will do a bit of a tour of the garden shortly before it goes into sunset. And because sunset's earlier here now, we can wait. We can run into the garden lights coming on. Ben, yeah. I recognised it from the stream the other day, Ben. I have a feeling you asked the same question the other day as well. Okay. Well, welcome in anyway. Welcome to the garden. So that's the streaming plan coming up. There's going to be. I'm still trying to work out for YouTube viewers what we're going to do from the new year with the new changes on, especially on YouTube Shorts. But we'll have a stream. I think it's the first weekend in October, where we're going to be stuck inside for certain, because there's going to be things happening outside which I don't want to show. So at that, we'll sit down and we'll go through the plan for the new year. What's happened today? I have ordered some plants for the winter baskets, for the winter and spring baskets. So I've been ordering spring bulbs of various types, all sorts of different plants. It's not everything I want, but I think with a combination of what we've still got left over from last year, it's enough to make up the baskets for the autumn into winter and spring. It's probably 2 or 3 weeks earlier than I normally do it, but because it's been so dry, I can see a cat. I don't know if no, you won't, because you're not looking that way. There's a cat on a fence. Let me move the camera back to here, closer to me, and then if someone does come down the garden, you'll be able to see. Ooh, God, I wasn't ready for that. It's a ginormous bumblebee. Oh. Just reversing. Won't do the reversing beeps, because we know the mods like to clip that. To be honest, the mods like to clip anything that goes wrong. Ouch. Come on. Right. You're detangled now. Hopefully no one's seasick from all that. For anyone that's new, I'll come and say hello. Hello. No, I haven't. Don't think my head was on that shot, was it? No. Hang on. We'll try that again. Hello again. This is a person with a head this time. Welcome in, Eons and Joelle, Colleen as well. Welcome in. So yeah, so it's a relaxing stream tonight. We'll do a little garden tour shortly. I have got something. I'm growing something in the garden I've never actually achieved before, which is very exciting. And hopefully we'll be able to get that far tonight, and I'll be able to show you. It's really exciting. You've really got to stay and watch for that. In fact, if you want to put in chat what you think is this exciting thing you're going to see in the garden tonight, and see if anyone's actually correct. If anyone can actually, I'll tell you what, as I'm so generous, if someone in chat can actually predict what you're going to see in the garden that I've never managed to grow before. Now, Wiggy the acorn's growing quite nicely. In fact, Wiggy the acorn's growing out the bottom of his pot, so we need to repot Wiggy. If anyone can actually guess in the chat as to what we're going to grow, what I've grown in the garden for the first time ever, if anyone manages that, I'll do some gift memberships on YouTube and some gift subs on Twitch. I'm pretty safe in guessing that no one's going to be able to guess it correctly. But it's all chat interaction, isn't it? And that will be the highlight of the walk around the garden. The garden is still suffering a bit from the drought we've had, even though we've had a little bit of rain. Part of the things I've ordered today, I've ordered a few bedding plants to fill in the gaps between now and the sort of the first frost. The section we did at the weekend's looking quite good. I think that's about enough waffle. Let's see if anyone's actually managed to guess what we're growing for the first time. Oh, by the way, congratulations, Ambrose, on your watch streak. I did see it. 30 stream streak. So something being blown Unless it's, never mind, I'm talking to myself. Let's see what the guesses are as to what we've grown for the first time. Sweet corn, no, grown that before. Orchids. Well, we've got peacock orchids in the middle. I don't know whether they're technically orchids or not, but we have we've grown those or a similar version before. This is something you haven't seen on stream, by the way, so don't guess stuff you've seen on stream. Aspidistra, no, it's not that. Ambrose has said well, I'm not sure I'm even going to say that out. A green substance that people enjoy smoking. And then they've put, oh wait, you said for the first time, obviously insinuating that we might have grown it before. I've never grown it. There was at my old house, there was a house across the road that was growing it, and they got raided by the police. And they came out, and when they emptied it, they emptied about 400 odd tubs of the stuff. And the police only found it because some of a gang decided to raid it. And then obviously the police got called, and then it all kicked off from there. A giant, Leo's going for a giant redwood. Yeah. Can you see a giant redwood on screen? No. Arkley's going for a lettuce. Why would I grow a lettuce? We don't eat salad on this channel. But yeah, I've grown lettuce before. Big sunflowers. It's a valid point, that. Because these sunflowers are the first I've grown in a year, for a few years. But I did grow some large sunflowers when I was young. So technically not. Arkley's now going for a baby giant redwood. No. I have been to the, what's the redwoods, the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge? Are they Sequoia? No, I'm trying to think what name it is anyway. Well, the park that's the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco. I've been to see the redwoods there. They're very big trees. Poinsettias, we had poinsettias here before. Don't have a great deal of luck with them. Anyone wants to know about poinsettias, there is a video telling you how to keep your poinsettias alive, but I didn't manage to do it, so. Leo's been to the giant redwoods in Australia. Yeah, until you actually get up close to a giant redwood, you don't realise how big they actually are. Right, there's enough waffle here. Victoria's going parsley, sage, rosemary, thyme. I've grown. In fact, we've got sage in the garden, we've got rosemary in the garden, we've got thyme in the garden. Parsley, I wouldn't necessarily go in the garden. You could grow it outside in a pot or something. But is it it is Golden Gate Park, isn't it? Yeah, across the bridge. Right, let's. What the heck? It's my phone bleeping at me for some reason. Let's see what that is. Okay, let's turn that down. Right. Try that. Sequoia. Yeah. Thought it was sequoia. I wasn't totally sure. Thanks, Christian. Right, let's do a quick little wander. Bear in mind, again, when we're doing this little wander, I can't actually see the chat. But plenty of people in the chat know a lot of this stuff, so they can always help out and answer some questions. And I'll go through the chat when I come back. and also make sure we don't pixelate. We shouldn't at the moment because it's a nice cool evening and we've only just started, so it won't have overheated yet. Touch wood. So let's go for a wander, and Isical pansies. No. Right, let's go and have a look before it gets a bit too dark. Right, so anyone who's new, this is the garden. This is actually the back garden. We're in northern England. Closest place anyone's probably heard of is York. Typical suburban garden. It is. I can't remember how long it is. It's. You can see how long the garden is. We've also got a side part which we don't often show, and a front garden, which we never really show. We've got some recorded stuff over on YouTube for the front garden. If you're interested to see what the front garden is like, we generally don't show those areas for privacy. But the back garden, unless you're really skilled on Google Satellite, I don't think you're going to find it. So I'm going to take you off the tripod. So everyone grab hold of their sick bags, ready? And off we go. So, actually before we go, that's the pond. It's very low at the moment. We'll try not to top that up with tap water. You've got the new central bed here that we did this spring. I've actually ordered some, in amongst the plants I've ordered today, I've ordered a few more of these plants because we have lost some, especially the far end, which is the sunnier end. So I'm going to have to replant some of these. And I'd rather do it in the autumn and give them a chance over the winter. If we get a mild winter, they should grow quite nicely. I have ordered some more bulbs because I don't think a lot of bulbs survived last winter because it was so wet. I think a lot of it's probably rotted off. So we'll start up here. Anyway, you can see the garden gnome has moved and he's obviously had another heavy night. He's in a different position every morning. He's, you know, obviously finishes doing the gardening overnight because that's what gnomes do apparently. They come out at night and do your gardening for you. So if you don't like gardening and you've got a garden, employ a gnome. Just that sound was Lone Ranger falling over. Yeah, so yeah. Well, in fact, actually, let's stand him up because he needs to go to work soon, doesn't he? Yeah, there he is. He's looking a bit pale though. It obviously was a heavy night. So this central bed is all the I'll just check we haven't pixelated yet. No, we haven't. This central bed is all the plants we put in what would that have been, about May time, April, May. Technically they're all drought tolerant plants. This was lawn before this, so we'll come back to that. So you can see this is lavender here. This is an English lavender. I don't know if you can actually see that. Let's do it against the black background. There you go. You can just see the flowers there. A lot of the lavenders, especially at the front, have finished flowering, and we've cut them back. And when you cut your lavender back, never cut back into the brown wood of a lavender. You just want to get back into the green wood, because if you go into the brown, it never regenerates from there. So you want to sort of cut it back into about there where it's still green. So I've done most of them in the front already. I have done some stuff out here. I've cut back a hedge. I've done some weeding. All standing up though, so I don't bend the knee. But But that's what we're getting into the season now. There's a lot of straggly stuff that just needs trimming back, tidying up. Really bright fuchsia rigatoni. Stunningly bright. And we do like our fuchsias in the garden. Some of the verbena, upright verbena, will come out. Yeah, slightly better to come out, I think. There you go. They've grown well this year, but they haven't flowered as well this year. That's the same at the front. Talking of the front, amongst the stuff I did buy too much today, really. But some deals on because it's a bank holiday weekend here, this coming weekend. I bought about a dozen lavender plants for the front garden to go in. Anyone who's seen the videos knows we've got like a stoned front garden, different to the stones here. They're much smaller, and it's very dry. It's stones on top of concrete, really. And the lavenders in there do quite well, so I've bought a dozen lavenders to go in and fill some gaps where we lost stuff this summer. We'll come up here. That's the close-up of the Lady Boothby. Anyone who knows their fuchsias, there are two types of fuchsias. You've got the hardy fuchsias, which can stay out all year, and then you've got normal fuchsias that need protection over the winter. That's Lady Boothby. See if we can see inside. There you go. So that's the sort of, if it focuses, come on. It's a sort of bee's eye view into a lady fuchsia flower. They're quite, if you can see there, they're quite big flowers. And then these are Genie, another hardy version. You see they're much more slender. They're actually about the same in length, but they're much more slender. So the bigger bees have struggled to get into those. So, you've got some fantastic lime green flowers on that. Some more lavender. There. It's still in flower. And as you see, it tumbles over the edge there because it's a country style garden, so that's what we're trying to achieve. Just going to back up and make sure we haven't pixelated. No, we're still good at the moment. We should be okay, I think. I'm going to plough on now. Some of these have done really well this year. Let me just check. Yeah, that's what it is. Eregion or Erigon Profusion. They've done really well. Little daisy flowers. They've really enjoyed the dry weather, and you can see certain things, but you can see on here, ignore some more drunk gnomes. I think we've got a drinking culture amongst the staff in the garden. See, that's we've got a plant here from for Beauty Love Creative, and it's still alive, but it's trying to regrow. But we've lost some plants there, and we've lost some at the end as well. So some stuff hasn't been happy just with the pure heat. You see the gazanias need deadheading. They're sort of starting to finish their season. What else we got? The hardy geraniums. But you can see even with these, they're quite straggly here, so they need trimming back. and tidying up at some point. The Soropsis is basically nearly finished, and it's starting. That's all going to seed as well. We'll let that go to seed and spread. Don't mind that. The Verbascum that's done really well this year. This has gone to seed, or it's going to seed, and you can actually see some of the seed pods on here. You can see some of them actually got the little holes in, so basically they're already starting to spread seed. I don't mind self-seeding. Some plants I don't want to self-seed, but see, there's a Soropsis there. That's what a Soropsis flower looks like, or the variety. We've still got some Cosmia here that's still going. We've got some Campanulas still there. Nice little fuchsia. It is getting a bit sparse in places, and that's why I've bought some summer plants that were cheap to sort of fill in the gaps. So yeah, it's gone to seed already, and even the seed heads can look quite pretty. This is one of the stars at the moment. This is the peacock orchid. It's a fantastic, stunning plant. Carry on up, some more verbena. There's some more Cosmia started to come into flower. Get past the verbena. Those are the pestamons, and I'm guessing that plant's doing really well at the moment. In fact, look, there's some more buds on there, so I think we'll get a load more flowers off that still. That's why we need the rain, really, because I think 2 or 3 days of rain, the whole garden will rejuvenate. Cosmos, hundreds of stars of Cosmos. Come up to the corner here that we did a few weeks ago. The fuchsias there, another fuchsias in the back. Then we've obviously got, I think I showed this on Sunday, hot lips, salvia hot lips. By naming all these plants, if nothing else, it's keeping lone occupied and out of trouble. Hot lips, obviously, because it's got the red bottom to its mouth. You can see, certainly on here, you can see some of we've got a lot of growth of certain things, and it needs trimming back. Into the hanging baskets. Another fuchsia. This is one of the summer fuchsias that won't survive the cold over winter, so these will go into the greenhouse. They might not survive, but they might do. I think that one's snow cap. And then there's a comparative one there with the purple. I'm not sure what variety that is. If I was guessing, it could be something like Dollar Princess, but don't quote me on that. And then we've still got some petunias, obviously got the lobelia. You can see even on the lobelia there's lots of flowers in there, so the baskets are finishing very early this year. Cocrosmia there. There's another stunning fuchsia there. I mean, that, if you just had a garden of that, it would be fantastic, wouldn't it? I put the couple of tubs either side of the arch. So we've got some Rudbeckia, or I think sometimes they get called black-eyed Susans. Saying that, I did hear someone in the US calling them brown-eyed Susans the other day. But it's like a lot of plants have all sorts of different names. I mean, this is Nicotiana, which is the tobacco plant. I mean, that's just a fantastic colour, that is. And then we come on to the bit we did at the weekend. So we've got the cord line at the back. I'll point that out. Cord line. We've got the dianthus, which I think was the strawberry dianthus, the pink mist. Got a fuchsia there, and then we've got the unknown blue plant at the back. I have got a few. Can have a few spare drought plants from the order I've done today, so they can go in along the front, which is obviously going to be drier than anything else, to fill in some gaps. I won't admit how many plants I actually ordered today, but you'll find out on Sunday, because they should all be here by Sunday. And then I'll have to own up as to how many I've got. Have a little fuchsia hiding in there. Hello. Hello, my name's a fuchsia. And we come into the back section. Anyone that's new, this is the sort of more utilitarian area. So we've got the greenhouse over here. Big sort of patio area. We've got lots of pots on here. Fruit trees over in the corner. We look over in this direction. We've got the veg patch, which has been a total disaster this year. All we've got left is some sweet corn, some courgettes. We've got a olive tree with very few olives on this year. I'll bring you over here. One thing that's done really well this year is the grapes. And I can actually see what I'm looking at today because it's a little bit dimmer for the... I have a nasty suspicion we're on the edge of the cable. Hopefully I haven't pulled you out. And we're still in webcam mode, so we'll still be connected. Let's see if we can find some grapes where it's more obvious they're grapes. There you go. There you go, grapes. Loads of grapes. Various pots. The greenhouse is empty now because basically I've taken everything out of it because it was too hot. We're going to have to put proper shading up next year over the outside. We've got some... Where has he go? Where's he gone? There. So we've got some gherkins. There's loads of gherkins on there. The garlic and the onions have been a disaster. I think, it's been too hot. These are the Twitch and YouTube sunflowers. Basically they're finished. I would say it's pretty much of a draw. I'll have to say YouTube is still growing, one sunflower. So make of that as you want. We've got some baskets. We've got apple tree just under the bird box, which has got no apples. It's always useful to have an apple tree with no apples. Daisy back there. Then we've got the pear tree. We may have to do this at the weekend as well, to start taking the pears off, because some of them are starting. We've got some, yeah, look, you can see that. We've got some windfall pears already. So I think we may have to take some pears off. I mean, they are, I'll put my hand next to it. They're a decent sized pear now. They've actually developed quite nicely over the last few weeks, but I haven't given them a lot of water. So I don't know what the taste will be like really. And obviously this is what we planted up with the robin. It hasn't grown that much because it's been so dry. We've got some sage. Talking about herbs, we've got some sage here. Where's my finger? There. That's sage there. And then that's the... Come on, turn, camera, turn. This is the apple tree here. Just going to point you down for a second. And then we come on to the thing that I've never grown before, or never managed to achieve in growing. I will have to bend down on my knee for this, but I'll go through the paint barrier. That's a clue as to what it might be. Obviously I can't see the chat, so put into the chat what you think that turns into. I'll give it a minute and then we'll see who's actually very clever in chat. I'm sure one of the moderators will keep control of who's trying to cheat and put in answers after the event, but that's the flower of it anyway. It's got little pretty purple flowers. And I'll give you a clue that the purple is the clue. Oh, well, I'll give you a picture of a pear where you're trying to work out what that is. I'll give you 15 seconds. And then when we see this, I'll reverse back down the garden and we'll see who's actually very knowledgeable. But what we're growing is this. I've never managed to grow one before. It is an aubergine. Never grown one before in my life. So we're going to have a crop of an aubergine at the moment, one aubergine. There are some on the other plants that we possibly will have aubergines. But I saw that yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? Yeah, so that's a baby aubergine. I'm sure it's got a different name somewhere. So I'm going to try to stand up now. Oh, that didn't sound good. Never mind. I'm up. So, and then while we're down here, the strawberry runners are looking really good. They're looking really good, and we've also got some more to pot on. So we're going to have a load of strawberry plants. That's something that needs to do. I might do that. Well, I don't know. It's going to be raining, isn't it? So I don't know when I'll do that. It's like all gardening things. You put stuff off and blame the weather. Ignore the debris that's still here from Sunday. Just going to reverse back up. See if I spot anything. The thing is, when you walk around just like this, you do notice stuff that you don't really notice a lot of the time. We'll go back down here. There's some more salvias there, the little purple flowers. I think that's amethyst, something like that, if I'm saying it correctly. Amethyst. This little purple one here. Oh, yeah, that's this. If anyone remembers the snapdragons, Christian, these are the snapdragons that have gone to seed already. So we are coming towards the end of the summer, and the end of the summer here is early this year because it's been so dry. But what I've been doing this week is I've been trying to cut back stuff on the hope that some rain does actually rejuvenate some of these, and we get a sort of second flush of flowers that keep going into the autumn. Because some of these flowers will keep flowering. I've had them flowering on Christmas Day because it's been, you know, mild, and we haven't had that much sort of frost in the run up to sort of Christmas. So there's always that hope that you can still get. Where are we now? The middle of July. We're coming at the end of August. Sorry, not July. August. So we've still got September, October. So you'd certainly hope that a lot of the flowers that we can see now, especially the fuchsias will keep going until we get a really heavy frost. So the fuchsias could. I mean, I've had the fuchsias flowering, as I say, up till Christmas. So there will still be stuff in flower. Plus, we'll have the winter basket stuff coming in over time. I'm just going to put you in a slightly different position for a little bit, and then I'll move you back. As we get, I mean, we're coming up quickly on dusk now, but as it starts to get really dim, I'll move you back so you can overlook the garden as all the various lights come on. But we'll put you back over here. Let's put you down. I think you need to go down a bit further. We'll avoid the drunken gnome because obviously we don't know his temperament when he's been drinking. If anyone knows the folklore about whether gnomes are drunk or not, very interesting. Just get you in there. I'm trying to get sort of a bit of fuchsia. I'll move it about a bit anyway. And it looks like we didn't pixelate throughout that. Right, so I think there's going to be a lot of comments to go through. Right, let's start trawling the comments. Right, I'll do a few on each channel and then I'll work my way down. Welcome in anyone who was here while we're doing that. Come on, stop messing about. Only me's talking about the grass turning green. I would say it's a lighter shade of brown at the moment. Talking about Loan's been posting stuff from the about the plants. Christian saying they miss holly. We have got some holly in the garden, mainly in the hedges. I don't particularly like holly because when you're gardening, it goes right through your gardening gloves. I don't particularly like that shot. I'm going to have to move it. Calm down. That's not much better, but at least it's a bit better for the garden anyway. Well, you might find out about the Christian was talking about tobacco and potatoes in the nightshade family. You never know, that might come up in one of the videos. Scabiosa pink mist was one of the plants we planted at the weekend because we had Scabiosa Beaujolais in the bed down here. First time I've grown Scabiosa in the garden, to my knowledge. And I thought that was so good we'd try a different variety. And it is very different in terms of how it flowers as well. There's a nice yard with the greenhouses. Yeah, the actual I can't take credit for that. That was here when I moved here. I do have the admission to make that I did know this house and garden before I moved here because it did belong to a member of the family. So and they were moving, so I knew what I was letting myself in. Well, sort of knew what I was letting myself in for. Um, the sunflower competition, YouTube and Twitch, I think was pretty even. It's pretty difficult to call. I don't think the sunflowers weren't as large as I thought they were going to be. So that was slightly irritating, a bit like trying to create anything on YouTube and Twitch. It has its irritations. Yeah, we got to the aubergine. Did anyone guess it was aubergine or well eggplant in America before they saw it? Well, welcome in Kadiru. Kadiru. Hopefully I've got that right. I made a mess of it. Welcome into the garden. And then obviously, oh, Zab's gone. Thanks, Zab, if you're still listening, but Zab's had to go. I'll probably see Zab in the morning anyway. Welcome, Michael. Squiffy the gnome isn't drunk, just checking the light. Yeah, well, it's a possibility. Thanks for following. Thanks for the follows we've had while we're doing that. It is appreciated. Yeah, I've kept Loans certainly very busy with the plant info. Yeah, Tinker was saying well done, and mind the knee. Yeah, well, I'm pretty impressed I managed to get up. It's not a good idea, really. I could make a moussaka with the... Don't say could make a moussaka with one aubergine. It's a very small moussaka with that sized aubergine at the moment. Eon saying it's unsettled in the northeast of the US. Yeah, well, we've got some very interesting weather over the UK in the next few days. I think some areas are really going to be battered. Welcome in Kadira. Is it Kadiru? Sorry. I think you've come in sort of halfway through the tour, but I'll show my face to prove it's live. Hopefully we're in shot. You never know on this channel. Sometimes you get sort of that downwards, but hopefully I'm in shot. Hello. In fact, I'll come down here a bit closer to the camera. Hello. Yeah, proves that we're actually live. Yeah, great to see what they said. It's great to see a gardening live. I haven't seen one before. There aren't that many around. Lots of gardening videos around, and on the YouTube channel we have a lot of standalone gardening videos. It's a good way to interact with the viewers. We're live streaming on YouTube, and we're also live streaming on Twitch, so we've got two chats going on. So if you're confused who I'm talking to, sometimes it's because I'm talking to the other chat. We would have both chats on the screen, but certain platforms don't particularly like that, so we don't do that. I hope you come and see us again, Kadiro. Whereabouts are you? If you don't mind saying, you don't have to be specific. You just name the country if you want to. We, for anyone that is new here, on both platforms, our traditional live streaming time is on a Sunday late morning in the UK, about 11 a.m. UK time, and we run for about 2 or 3 hours generally until we run out of things to talk about. And we always tend to try to do sort of something practical on a Sunday in terms of gardening. We do these sort of midweek streams. Oh, you're in sunny Birmingham. Yeah, I know Birmingham very well. That's where I'm originally from, or just outside of Birmingham. So you're in the right time zone anyway. So yeah, so you'll see us go live about 11 o'clock on Sunday mornings. But we do these evening streams as well, because a lot of our viewers, especially over on the Twitch side, well, that's not so true, but some on Twitch, but actually quite a few people in the YouTube chat here are from North America. So I try to do some evening streams because it's obviously a better time for them, even though it's late Sunday morning here. And the purpose of that is that it's just about breakfast time in sort of on the east coast of US and Canada. So we are a friendly bunch. We try to produce the most professional streams we can and the most professional content that we can. And we have a bit of fun with it as well. And we've got 2 lovely communities on YouTube and on Twitch. And Ben's from Germany, so you're just an hour ahead. So for you, our Sunday streams would be 12 noon on a Sunday. That's our traditional time. Thanks very much, Cadero. I want to keep calling you Cadero, but it's Cadaru. Yeah, we do have, for anyone, again, any of our regulars know all this stuff by heart. We are predominantly a YouTube channel, but we live stream YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Whether you're on YouTube or Twitch, you get exactly the same pictures, you get the same commentary. You have got your independent chats, but there is an overlap, because if you see Known who's modding on both channels, so the information that he posts, like on plants, he'll generally post on YouTube and post in Twitch. So we try to do a bit of education, a sort of bit of education, bit of fun, and we do relaxing streams. And the ethos of the channel is anything that we can see grow in the garden or see from the garden. We do some star watching. We did the eclipse. We do all sorts of stuff really. And on YouTube, we post every day on YouTube. There's a short goes out every day on YouTube, and we have a Tuesday and Thursday lunchtime video, a short video at lunchtimes, and then our main premiere video is on a Saturday evening at 5:30. So if you've got your notifications on, you will get notifications for most of that. So I think everyone's telling each other where they're from. We've got Lincolnshire, we've got Somerset. This is Yorkshire here. And for our new friend from Birmingham, the reason it's called Bear in the Garden is because of the Warwickshire bear, which is where I'm from originally. So, and it's interesting that we've got a community on both channels now, but it's a lot of new people who we've never met and or just interested in gardening. We've got new people who like just a relaxing stream for a couple of hours now and then. But we've also got lots of people that we've met or we see on other channels as well. I think I'm fairly well known for modding on a lot of channels. So people know me from that as well. So you do see, it's like if you go on a lot of these live streams, you do see some familiar faces floating between channel to channel. Christian's asking, you can't tell the difference between a Brummie accent and a Black Country accent. Yeah, yeah. And the answer to that in chat is that the Black Country is much quicker tempo. As you can tell from anyone who can tell from my voice, I have got a bit of a Brummie accent, but it's not very strong. If I went back to Birmingham, I'd fit in, probably more so by the phraseology I use rather than the accent. But it's very noticeable up here that my accent is very different from up in Yorkshire. It is very different. And that's having been, I've lived properly up here now in this stint for 8 years, but I started, my first job I ever did was up here as well. So I've been around and up here quite a bit over the years. Let's go and give you some other plant to look at for a few minutes while we're just waiting for the dust to come in. Oh, it was Ben. You got one of the you got one of the gifted subs on Architecture TV. Yeah, yeah. I didn't want to say where I'd seen you, but I knew it was there. Yeah. Anyone on Twitch knows that I mod on Architecture TV. Fantastic channel. Yeah. If I see people coming from that's new and I recognise the name, I tend not to say where you're from, because obviously if you want to shout out where you've appeared from, that's your business. It's like if you want to shout out where the rough area where you come from, feel free. But I won't I won't disclose where anyone has come from, even though I probably know about. It's very interesting. I probably know about 2/3 of the followers on Twitch. It's a bit more difficult on YouTube because you don't often see everyone in the actual chat on a live stream. You tend to know a lot of the names. Evening Ali, but you don't tend to, because obviously you've got a much bigger following on YouTube than I have on Twitch. Let's move you back up the garden and find you something to look at. Something a bit prettier than some dead grass. So I'll walk you up. Just try to untangle you so we don't lose connection. Wouldn't be the first time I've managed to disconnect you. So let's put you back on. Yeah, some of the lights are starting to come on now. Let's put you in here, I think. Let's try that. And then you should be able to see some of the lights coming on. Then when we start to get a bit of action on the lights, I'll bring you back a bit. The other good thing about some rain is we might see some hedgehog activity. Ben saying they really like gardening. Glad you found your channel. Yeah, Ben, welcome. Whether you like your gardening or you just want to come here and have a chat to your friends, feel free. Evening, D. Yeah, and that's the purpose, really. I mean, this is my garden, but as I've said on the channel before, it's everyone's garden, because there's lots of people on here who don't even have a garden, and they can come here and sort of have a nice calming couple of hours each week, or during the summer we do a bit more than that. So we do a lot of practical gardening as well. So the YouTube videos tend to be a bit of practical. We do a lot of folklore type stuff. Got some ads coming up on Twitch. So thanks anyone who's got a sub to the channel. You get your ad-free viewing and your emotes. Even if you just follow the channel, you get some basic emotes as well to use elsewhere. Thanks, Joel. Yeah, the garden, I have to say, isn't as good this year as it's been in previous years, and that's because it has been so dry. I mean, we're at 3 months with no rain, and however much you water it every day, it just doesn't do the job. So, right, you're just going. Twitch is just going to go into its ads. So I'll finish talking for a couple of minutes while that runs through. Oh, and for YouTube, hopefully you haven't seen any ads tonight. I think I've resolved that issue. And I think the issue was that I turned them off, but apparently every time you run a new live stream, it turns the ads back on. So I've got to remember to do that every time. And Dee's put in the information about Dolly Parton. And this is an example really of it's like a community forum really, that we've got chat going on, nothing to do with gardening. It's just a nice chat between friends on a relaxing evening. Hopefully everyone's got something to drink, or if you're across the pond, it's sort of coming up to mid-afternoon, so hopefully you've got a cup of tea or something. Joelle's got their knitting rather than a cup of tea. Ali's going to have a nice coffee later. Victoria's still having coffee. It's always a bit strange when you're talking to people in chat and you forget that they're the other side of the world. Welcome back from the ads on Twitch. Thanks for putting up with them. Yeah, it is appreciated. Every little bit goes back into the channel. So as Ben was saying, they got a gift sub from me on a different channel the other day. Any things I do on other channels is my money basically. Anything that comes into the channel stays within the channel. As you can see, we're starting to. It's getting a bit sort of grey at the moment. Just going to see what time officially sunset is here. I don't know. It's getting dark depressingly early. 10 minutes time roughly for here sunset. It's also cloudy as well, so it's going to get dark quite quickly. If we get, because the weather forecast is not good for the next few days. I'm just going to have a look at that. Yeah, it's not good at all, really. Oh, Friday's improved a little bit. I don't think we'll be doing the thanks only me. Have a good journey back. I'll see you in the usual places. If not, hopefully see you. We'll be on probably Friday evening looking at the forecast because it's going to be cloud. We're not going to be able to do the lunar eclipse because there's going to be too much cloud, I think. First thing Sunday, so first thing Friday, which is a bit of a shame. So we'll probably do something Friday tea time to celebrate a year of dual streaming between the two communities. What's this on Thursday? We've actually got a weather warning nearby. What's that say? Thunderstorms tomorrow and Thursday. So if we get some thunderstorms, I might do a pop-up stream for a few minutes if we get that. But we've tried doing thunderstorms before and it's been a hopeless failure. So some of these streams work, some of them don't. Ben's having some ginger ale while watching this. But this would be the other thing. So Sunday we'll be doing. We'll be looking at all the plants I've bought. That's probably a stream in its own right. We're going to have to start thinking about doing the winter and spring baskets. So not baskets. We don't tend to do baskets, but the tubs and troughs. So we might make a start on that this week, this Sunday. We'll see. We'll see what the weather's like on Sunday. I haven't gone as far as Sunday yet, because I think it changed quite a bit before now and then. But we can always go back to streaming in the greenhouse anyway if need be. Yeah. It also gets dark. It goes into that dusk and then dark very quickly as well, doesn't it, Joe? I think we were talking about other. Kadiru was talking about other channels. About there aren't that many of these sort of garden type channels that are live. There are some marketing channels that do it, and there are channels that do occasional talky things, but there aren't that many. I only know one on Twitch. YouTube doesn't really recommend anything to me along those lines. So we do some of these relaxing videos and some of the more practical gardening videos. Plus, if anyone has any ideas, feel free to chuck them into the chat or put them in the comments on one of the videos. I believe on Twitch the clips are you're going to be able to put shortly. You're going to be able to put comments under clips on Twitch as well. So if you're used to putting comments under YouTube shorts or videos, I believe you're going to be able to do that on Twitch on the clips soon. Bit of a breeze starting up. The camera makes it look a lot brighter than it actually is. While we're here, yeah, we'll still be here. We'll probably be here for while we're running an hour and a half now. We'll wait until the light's totally gone. We know. I'm just going to try something over on Twitch, just make sure it's working. Oh, you need to go yourself, Christian. Oh, that's a shame because I think I've got the YouTube ice cream van working, but you'll have to wait till Sunday. Thanks for being here, Christian. I'm just going to try the Twitch ice cream van. Make sure that's working. Please work. Yeah, there you go. So that's the Twitch ice cream van is working. Which is reassuring because when I was trying to sort out the YouTube ice cream van, I managed to delete all the settings for the Twitch ice cream van. So that's always reassuring it's working. If who should we go for? Beauty Love Creative. If you could try the ice cream command, exclamation mark, ice cream, all one word. With a bit of luck, I want to see if it works. We tried this, we had a private YouTube stream last night, trying the ice cream van, but it malfunctioned and everyone got about 55 ice creams. But I think in theory, I think I may have got it to work. Let's see what happens. Hey! It works! How about that then? So, I'm going to have to put a limit on how many times YouTube can sum up the ice cream van. But now, both YouTube and Twitch can sum up their own ice cream vans, which means I'm going to have to get different ice cream vans. So everyone knows which is which. And the best bit of news, I'm pleased about that, is not only we got each channel's got its own ice cream van, even though it's going to create a bit more ice cream issues for me, is that I now know how to set up some other redeems for YouTube chat. I think some of them will go to will only be triggered by members, but I want some for general viewers as well. Similar to the case on Twitch as well, because what I want is the live streams to have some sort of comparable fun redeems that they can use. I'm pleased about that. So, wow. I'm ever so pleased, as you can tell. Because now I know how to implement other stuff as well. So, anyone new, when you see the ice cream van, it's a long-standing story that we had a stream a couple of months ago, might be longer than that, where we were live and an ice cream van stopped outside playing its music. And to avoid a copyright strike on YouTube, I had to sing over it, and then some of my lovely mods managed to clip it and then use it on their channels. There's a bit of fun, and I thought we'd implement it here. So we've got an ice cream van that actually Twitch. When I remember to start the engine at the beginning of the stream, Twitch can sum up the ice cream with channel points, and YouTube can sum it up with a command. So I think I will have to limit it on YouTube because it is a free command over there. But if anyone wants an ice cream during the stream, they can put in exclamation ice cream, all one word. And at the moment, the YouTube ice cream van appears in the bottom right and the Twitch in the bottom left. So I'm pleased about that. Especially if anyone watched the test stream I did last night on YouTube and the shambles we had with the ice cream van appearing every 5 seconds. And it also looks like no one's been banned by Stream Elements for putting in sort of more than 2 remotes tonight as well, which was the other issue we were having as well last night. We might eventually have a professional stream eventually here. I'm just going to move the camera back towards the house because the garden lights are starting to come on now. So, oh, it's quite chilly out here as well now. Oh, let's put you there. I'll just retract some cable. Oh. No, I believe at the moment anyone can redeem the ice cream van, Ali. I might leave it like that, but just put a limit on the number of times it can appear in a stream. We'll have a long time out between them. But yeah, Ali, if you want an ice cream, if you put in exclamation ice cream, all one word, you can see if it works. Now I'm saying if they're both summoned at the same time, will they crash? Technically not, because they are the other side of the garden. But it depends whether Stream Elements, Streamer Bot can cope. Please work, please work. Oh, it hasn't worked. Ooh, that's not good, is it? Oh, well, Ali, we like a good testing stream, don't we? So. I'm sure it's not personal, unless AI Alicia has decided to run that van. That's a little in-house joke. Are we waiting for Spike? You can wait to see if Spike appears. Feel free. I'm just going to check whether if there's a timeout on the ice cream van on. It's that one. Ah, yeah. There's a. Oh, hang on. That's. Oh, I don't understand that. That should be working. Oh, it might be OBS. Let me check OBS. The ice cream. It's because it's turned it off in OBS for some reason. That's actually probably a command that I need to add to keep that open. Because at the moment I turn that off, but I need to keep it open. I think that's something I can try in the background. I'm going to transition that. You can try it again, Ali, if you want. I hope it works. It obviously does work. It's obviously to do with the trigger. It doesn't like you, does it, Ali? Oh, why is it not working? Come on, trigger. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. YouTube. Let's take that one out. Oh, so I'm just changing the coding. So I want to delete that sub-action. This is a new piece of software I haven't used until recently, so it's got a flat tire. Try for a third time, Ali, and if it doesn't appear for you, I'll personally get some ice cream delivered. So this is a really good example of a gardening channel, isn't it? Trying to get an ice cream van to drive across the screen. It doesn't like it, does it? Why did it work the very first time, and not the end? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But there you go, Ali. Grab some ice cream quick. No, it's not set to subs. I haven't put that on yet. All members, no. Well, welcome in, Primus. We're just waiting for the basically night time to come into the garden. Welcome to the garden. We are a gardening channel, believe it or not. We are trying to play with an ice cream van on screen at the moment while we're waiting for night time to draw in. But we generally do gardening here on a Sunday late morning live, and we run these evening streams now and again when we've got some extra time or it's a nice evening. So welcome to the garden, welcome to Yorkshire. I don't know, you see, the problem is every time that ice cream van works for YouTube, as soon as it's done its job, it turns the command off. So I think it's more of an OBS issue rather than a streamer bot issue. Let me just I'm just playing with stuff in the background. Okay, that's different to that one. No, it's not. That's the same as that one. Okay. Well, we know it does come. We know it does. Welcome over Eons over onto YouTube. So you get the same level of nonsense over on YouTube as you do over on Twitch. Anyone new? Well, dual streaming, so I'll just wander down the garden to prove we are actually live. We're not pre-recorded. Oh, I could have actually said that, couldn't I? Hello. So anyone who is new, I think we've got new people. Country style garden. Flower beds all over the place. The lawn's a waste of time here because in the summer it just dies off, and in the winter it's mud. It's moss. So we've got country style garden. So we've got taller stuff coming down to lower stuff at the front that then spills over onto the lawn. This is a new flower bed we put in this spring. And we've got a lot of pots, and then down the bottom we've got some fruit trees, a little veg patch, and the greenhouse. quick summary of the garden. If you want to know or see more of the garden, YouTube's got loads and loads of videos from the garden on there. We've also got the website, and we're on all the good, bad, and different other social media platforms. And we've also got our merch store where we've got t-shirts and bits and pieces and mugs, all the usual rubbish. Shouldn't really say that when I'm marketing the stuff. So you can find, if you go to the website, you can find the links to everything. Loan's put up the YouTube, so if you're over on Twitch and you also got YouTube, we're very close to 1,500 now on YouTube. And then he's put up the website as well. And the website's got links to everything anyway. So I'm working on the, I do little patches on the website. I do a bit and then forget about it and then come back to it. So it's a bit sporadic, the website, but it has got all the links you need. Hopefully you can start to see a few lights starting to appear on the left-hand side now. If anyone's got any questions, fire away. It's quite nice. It's not particularly warm tonight, but on a nice warm evening, it's quite nice sat here with the door open. I can just about hear the pond trickling. I always turn the fountain down on the pond when I'm streaming, because otherwise all you hear is the pond. What else have we done on the channel for anyone who... We've had our hedgehog watch-alongs, which have been so successful in spotting no hedgehogs. We've done a bird watch that spotted 3 birds, which we missed 2 of. We've done some meteors. We have actually caught 2 meteors. One of them, well, both thanks to people in chat have spotted those. I never spotted them. Thanks to the one the other night, Beauty Love Creative, for spotting that. It was a good spot, that was. I looked back in the chat to see what I was doing at the time, and I just had some gift subs given on Twitch. And that's what I was talking about at the time. So we're not all 100% gardening, but we are a gardening channel, really. Yeah, you can see the lights are just starting to come on now. Welcome in, main sale. Central. Lovely garden. Yeah, it's not looking its best this year because we've had 3 months of no rain. So it's been a struggle to keep stuff going this year. It's not a huge garden, but it's a nice garden anyway. Welcome to the channel. We're in northern England, near I always say the nearest place anyone knows is York. So in northern England, so pretty typical suburban garden. It's a sort of country style, so we've got a mix of plants, heights, flowering times, colours. It's not a great sort of... There is a plan to the garden, but it's a bit sort of a mixed of a plan. We did have a video over on YouTube where it explains the history of this garden. I can't remember when that was now. I should really make another one. But we are a gardening channel. We do live stream the gardening, practical gardening, generally on a Sunday late morning here for 2 or 3 hours. Always try to do something practical throughout the year, even during the winter. But to say we're predominantly a YouTube channel, but we live stream YouTube and Twitch. So if you want to see more about us, you'll find us under the same name over on YouTube as well. We've passed 1,500 videos over on YouTube. So there's an awful lot of content over there. A lot of mix of content. There's practical content, there's sort of folklore and history content, and there's relaxing content. Yeah. It does look quite good when the lights start to come on as well. But we do all sorts of stuff in the garden. It's predominantly flowers in this garden. We've got a small veg patch down the bottom. So down the bottom we've got a pear tree, we've got an apple tree, we've got some grapes this year. They're doing really well this year. We've got some olive trees. We've got our first ever aubergine I've ever grown as well. We've got the greenhouse down at the bottom, because if I go down, I'll wave my arms around. Whether we lose the mic, I don't know, but I'll wave my arms. So, hello. Proves it's live anyway. So, we've got through the arch here, through the square arch, that's a paved area there, and that's where the fruit and veg tends to be down there, and the greenhouse is down there. And we quite often stream from the greenhouse on a Sunday. We haven't done recently because it's been so hot down there. Yep, and we're closing on 1,500 subscribers on YouTube as well. So yeah, so I don't mind where people watch me, whether it's YouTube or Twitch. The live streams are on both. You get exactly the same video coverage, so it's personal choice what you prefer to watch live on. But YouTube's got a heck of a lot of content. Everyone who's been here regularly knows exactly what I'm going to say, and they can probably put it in chat exactly what I'm going to say. But we do shorts every day on YouTube of some plant in the garden generally. Tuesday we have Tuesday lunchtime we have some sort of short video, usually 2 or 3 minutes. At the moment we're just starting a new series on the dark history of flowers. Thursday lunchtime is generally a 10-minute relaxation type video where we just sit in the garden for 10 minutes with some nice music. And then Saturday evening is our premiere, where that's the main video of the week, where we tackle some specific subject. And I can tell you this Saturday's video will be the review video for August, because it's the last weekend in August. So you'll see this weekend at 5:30, on Saturday at 5:30 on YouTube. That contains every single flower that we've got pictures of in the garden. So we'll just wait a few more minutes while the darkness comes in and you get the full effect of the lights. There's a couple more lights still to come on. And when we've had hedgehog streams, it's been about this sort of time. The hedgehogs tend to come out. Not that we've actually seen a hedgehog actually live. We found hedgehogs usually appear as soon as we've finished. There's, main tale was saying their great grandfather used to keep a vegetable garden. Brings back some nice memories. Yeah, in in my younger days, I had an allotment, uh, and even at home, I grew. I never really used to grow flowers. I used to do fruit. I used to do veg, um, but really, I'm not that old, but it's too much really nowadays. That's why they've gone over to this style of gardening. And when I did flower gardening originally, it would all be very formal, like park style gardening, straight lines, summer bedding and so on. But that's one big job. This is a much more informal style. Saying that, we still had, I think it was about 800 plants in the greenhouse at the beginning of the year. So yeah, I've got talking on Twitch about memories of going to going to gardens and so on when you're very young. And I remember that because when I was very young, I was brought up. I won't go into the full story. But I was brought up just down the road um, from where I was staying at the time. I had some allotments there. It was actually next to the sort of the playing fields and so on. And I used to go down to the playing fields, but I spent more time looking at the allotments and so on. It used to fascinate me what they were doing there. I don't know whether that's where I got sort of this sort of love for gardening. And I've got no formal training in gardening. You pick it up over time. So a green thumb, yeah, I think, yeah. I'm not saying I'm nowhere near an expert. I just know what I know. And you pick stuff up over time, don't you? Just from doing just practical learning. And it's nothing to do with my job either. So it's also a good escape really. You can just sit and when you go out and do something in the garden, you just forget about everything else for half an hour or an hour when you're out there. In fact, it's one of the few times I turn off. Oh, crumbs. Uh, People saying nice things about me in chat on. Oh, sorry to hear that, Victoria. Hopefully you've had a really good time. Hopefully by sitting here and chatting to a few people takes your mind off a bit, because there's quite a few of us of the regulars here tonight. And anyone new, we've got some wonderful communities, both YouTube and Twitch. Um, we've got some excellent moderators as well. But I think, to be honest, I don't think the moderators have a great deal to do on either YouTube or Twitch here. And that's why Lone's got all the time to post stuff about plants. But as I've always said, this is the channel's garden, really. So it's as much your garden as is mine. Oh, talking of mods who like to cause problems here, Leo's reappeared on Twitch. I can't understand why Leo tried to frustrate me, because I mod on Leo's channel and I'm a perfect moderator, helping all the time. I never cause any problems. Yeah, well, if it's good, isn't it, Victoria? You know, if you can just put something on, you can have one in the background. You don't really have to concentrate too much on it. And there's a few friendly. I said faces there. A few friendly faces, um, just to pass the time of day with. Thanks, Joel. I didn't realise that everyone thought this was so relaxing. Um, some of these streams, even the ones where we're busy doing stuff, it's very odd. It never really started off like that. The aim of the channel really started off really to show friends from where I used to live what I was doing up here, but Lone obviously must focus more on modding than Leo. Oh, sorry, Twitch has gone into its ads. Thanks to anyone who's not actually watching the ads either, because you've got Turbo or you've got a sub to the channel. Yeah, and it's very interesting how the communities build up. I mean, you do tend to, people follow each other around quite a lot on these channels. It's more, I have to say, it's more noticeable on Twitch how people follow people around than on YouTube. But YouTube, it's different really. I mean, at the moment, we've got 390 followers on Twitch, but we've got nearly 1,500 on YouTube. So the scale's just different. I won't say too much about YouTube at the moment because YouTube is very difficult at the moment to create on. It's very hard work. And see, Ali says they haven't got Twitch, and that's why it's good to dual stream, because some people prefer Twitch, some people prefer YouTube. Yeah, main sales saying is, remember as a kid, the idea that a tomato they'd seen how it had grown, and kids nowadays can't name the vegetables. Yeah, I think. Well, the world's moved on, hasn't it? I think everything comes off the supermarket shelf. So, and at least here, and we can have some fun here, and we can relax here, and we do try to do a little bit of practical stuff. So if people want to have a go at making a pot of flowers, or they want to try some veg or some salady stuff, we do try to do some practical stuff as well. Yeah, we're talking about the YouTube's talking about, yeah, about Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, they are very different. I, as a viewer, I think the tools people have on YouTube, on Twitch, is actually better for the viewer. It's certainly easier to moderate on Twitch, or you have more to do in terms of a moderator on Twitch. There are more tools. YouTube is better because of the scale of YouTube compared to Twitch. So there are things that I'd like to see on YouTube that Twitch has got, and I suspect over time they might nick a few, because they already have nicked some, well, not nicked them, but reinvented them, shall we say. And I think I was watching a video yesterday. They're trying to, because there's been a lot of changes for creators on YouTube in the last few weeks, and the and they were talking about other changes they're expecting YouTube to make in the next year. And there's quite a few things that we see on Twitch that they're expecting to see on on YouTube. Yeah. Oh, the height button on YouTube. Yeah, that's only on mobile. That's only on the mobile app. You see that. And Ali's asking about, it's interesting about the raids on Twitch. Raids on Twitch are a good thing, where at the end of your stream you can send your viewers to another stream. It's good for advertising purposes. It's also good if you want to support another stream. That's good. You can actually sort of raid actually on YouTube as well, believe it or not. It's a more complicated process, and you almost have to set it up before you start streaming. They are very different platforms. And anyone who knows me, I do a lot of modding, and it's a very different job modding on YouTube compared to modding on Twitch. As a moderator on Twitch, you're very much more interactive on the chat on Twitch generally. It's just different. But that's why I like to stream on both. And that's why I'm trying to sort out the redeems on both, because then both sets of viewers have got similar sort of fun things to play with during the stream. We'll never have too many things going off all the time, because I think it spoils the stream site, and that's why I've moved the alerts over into the top corner. So when people redeem stuff, they can go over in the top. It's slightly out of the way of the main screen. So if it's off-putting to people, it's slightly out of the main part of the screen. So. Yeah, there are certain people like who do dual stream YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, and you can when you do a raid on Twitch, quite often if I can see their YouTube stream, I'll try to put in the link to their stream, so if someone on YouTube wants to come across there, they can do. And Loans agree, yeah, they're very different platforms to work on. And to create on, they're very different as well. You would have thought they'd be very similar, but they're not. They are very different. But I like both of them. YouTube's got a much bigger range of stuff to watch, but Twitch has got a lot of live stuff that you just don't see on YouTube. So it's very different. But it's getting pretty dark there, so you can see the full extent of the lights now in the garden. It's quite pretty, really. What time is it? I'll just do some admin for a little bit. Oh yeah, these are all solar lights, you can see. They're so cheap nowadays, these solar lights. How we do for battery as well, that's the other thing. We've still got a little bit more. So we'll do some admin stuff. just to give you an update, I think anyone who was here at the start will know. Slightly restricted in what I can do over the next few weeks because I've got an injured knee. So I shouldn't really be crawling around on the floor. Again, anyone who's watched this channel knows we do crawl around on the floor from time to time. But I've ordered a whole load of plants today. I won't. Well, in fact, we could do that if you wanted to. Thanks for being here, Joel. Good to see you. Have a good night. Now I won't ask you to guess how many plants I bought today. Well, I did get a bit carried away. So we've been buying the plants for the winter troughs today. And some extra plants to fill in the gaps that stuff in the drought tolerant beds that haven't survived. I want to get those in this autumn. So we've got a whole load of plants turning up over the next few days. So Sunday stream, we'll certainly have a lot of plants to look at. Beauty Love Creative thinks it's around 50 plants I bought. I wish it was. Hang on, let me think. Yeah, I've got a rough idea how many I did buy now. Sorry, I was just having to calculate in my head. Go on then. Go on. Let's be embarrassing at the end. And everyone can have a good laugh at us. If you want to put in chat how many plants you think I ordered today. I'm not including the spring bulbs. I've over ordered on those as well. But the actual plants, how many do you think? Go on. If I'm going for the new, I don't know exactly, but I'll go for the I'll go for the nearest 10. And if we hit if someone gets it spot on, I say we'll do a few gift subs and memberships. It'll be fun for everyone who's been here. Beauty Love Creative with 50. No, you weren't. Thanks for following, Mark. Welcome in if you're there lurking in the background. Loan's going for 17. Ali's gone for 10. Beauty went for 50. Any more guesses on how many plants? Victoria's gone for 24. Beauty's gone for 23. Ali's gone for 20. I can see where that's going over on YouTube. If anyone over on Twitch wants to have a guess at how many plants I ordered today. Bear in mind, Ben's gone for 23 as well. Loan's gone for 117. Bear in mind, I'll give you a clue that we've got we've got 7 troughs to make, and we've also got to replace the missing plants in the central bed and where we worked on Sunday, and I've also got some plants to fill in some gaps in the beds. That'll give you an indication that that actually Loan's closer to the Loan's the closest at the moment with 117. The good thing is it's a bank holiday weekend this weekend, so people have got lots of sales on plants at the moment. So I'll give you a clue. It's above Loan's guess of 117. So if you want to have a second guess, evening, Mark. Welcome to the Rather dark garden. Well, while you're trying to guess, I'll try to appear on screen. Whether you'll see me or not's a different matter. Oh, I'm saying that security lights come on. Hopefully you can see me out here. Hello, Mark. You can't really see what I look like because it's dark. But there, proves it is live. Oh, lights come on again. Ben on Twitch has gone for 140. No, Victoria's 124. Ali's got for 200. You don't have to guess individuals. We're going for tens. I don't know exactly what the real number is, but I've estimated it in tens. So if someone gets it spot on, I will do some gift subs and memberships. Oh, you saw me, Mark. Oh yeah, hello. That's what I look like. Beauty's gone 148. It may well be 148. I don't really know, to be honest, but I know roughly what it is. So this is an estimate. Come Sunday, when they're all here, we can actually do a proper count. But I've gone for a round figure of 10 somewhere. So no one's guessed it yet. Yeah, obviously, yeah. Yeah. Well, we're still waiting for some more guesses because no one's guessed to. So yeah, Mark, this is the garden. It's night time here now. All the lights have come on. We've done a garden tour. So if you want to see more of the actual garden in the daylight, Mark, or anyone else who came in when it was dark, you can roll back the VOD on Twitch or watch the replay on YouTube up available. And finally, someone has got, I think, pretty close, has actually got the total I think it's very close to. Colleen has put in 160. And I think that's about what I've ordered today. I know there are 2 batches of 40. So that's 80 on its own right. And then there are some smaller batches as well. So you can stop guessing. Colleen was right. Colleen has won. As hopefully, if I do some gift memberships over on Twitch, Colleen actually gets one for getting the amount right. Yeah, it's a lot of plants, but you have to remember that when we start in the spring, we have sort of 800 or 900 plants in the greenhouse. And that's really all we're doing is doing some more hanging baskets. So it's very similar amount in the autumn and the winter. Generally, of course, in the spring, I'll do a lot of plants from seed as well, so that reduces the cost. But in the autumn, I don't tend to do the seeds. I used to years ago, but the problem is the weather's so up and down that seeds are always a bit more temperamental to do at this time of year. So I tend to get plug plants or slightly bigger plants. Loan's putting in the fact I stream regularly streams. Yeah, we always stream Sundays 11 AM UK time. Welcome in, Jackie. Oh, beautiful lights, yeah. So I did say that if someone got the total right, I don't know if it is. We'll count them on Sunday, and I'll show you them all on Sunday. But I did say if someone actually got the figure right, I'd do some gift subs. So let's do some gift subs to myself. Basically, I'm paying myself here. And then apart from YouTube or Twitch are going to take a bit of a cut off the top of it. Because I don't think we've got any free ones at the moment on YouTube. So let's have a look, see what's available. Luckily, it's fairly cheap. Anyone who wants a membership over on YouTube and they don't get a gift one, we do run that. You get your extra emotes and you don't get slow chat. you're also going to, the membership's also going to be improved slowly. Because I've just been, I'm actually doing a course at the moment, in-house course with YouTube about memberships. So, but they're at the cheapest level I can put them on YouTube. So, so let's do some over on YouTube. We'll see who gets them over on YouTube. Then we'll come over to Twitch. Oh, there's a moth or something. So we'll see who gets. Well, there's some regular names in there that we all know. Sorry, Colleen, you didn't you didn't actually get one. But there's a few regular names that we know. Kelly got one. Ziffer got one. Chuck Moore got one. Sue got one. Nancy, Daisy, Jim Barrows, Bree, Roy Explores got one. Master Lord. So sorry anyone who didn't get one there, but if you didn't get one and you want a membership, they're in English terms they're only 99 pence a month. So basically, I put it at the lowest level. But the offering will improve. You do get a few bits and pieces. So that's so YouTube have got their prize, and I did say I'll do the same for Twitch. I see all the announcements are cycling through on the screen at the moment. I'll just wait for those to finish. Obviously, the costing on Twitch is set by Twitch. I can't do much about that, but oh, the light's gone off. What set that off? Hang on. Something set the light off on the. Something set the light off on the drive. Is this a hedgehog? I'm just going to drop the camera down a little bit. It might be a cat, but that's the light going off on the. I'll be a little bit quieter. The light going off on the drive usually indicates some animal is on the drive. There are a lot of cats around here, but this would be the time for a hedgehog if we're going to see one. It would probably happen when I'm doing something and I'm not actually watching. Just going to pan down to here. So this is directly where you are. Just going to go to about there. I might go slightly to the right as well if I can. Wrong way. If there is something, if there is a hedgehog around, this is where it's going to be. We'll see it. I will be a little bit quieter for a couple of minutes. Because usually at this time, when the security light goes off, it quite often is the hedgehog or hedgehogs. How are we doing battery wise? We're okay for a bit. While we're waiting, I'll do those gift subs over on Twitch. I'll do them randomly, so we'll see who Twitch decides to give them to. So they've gone to Beggy, Teapot, Tiny Small, Marquee, and Starfish Lord. Sorry that no one actually in the chat managed to acquire one of those. That was purely random. Sometimes it gives you the option to do it for people actually in the chat. But there's another 5 because I did 10 on YouTube and there's 10 on Twitch now. So done 10 on YouTube, 10 on Twitch. Those 5. Oh, we actually got some people in chat. Ben got one. Celtic Mary got one. Mark got one. Ambrose and Pink Daisy. So there you go. Congratulations anyone who got a gift membership on YouTube or a gift sub on Twitch. You both get emotes to use from the channel, and anyone over on Twitch will get your ad-free viewing of the channel as well. Oh yeah, if anyone, Squiffy, welcoming, I think it's Zettinger. Anyone who doesn't know who they are, if Lone's over on Twitch, if you could do a shout out for Zettinger, who's the person who we raided on Sunday, who was paragliding, streaming live from the paraglider. Fantastic stream, fantastic views. It's just a super stream to watch. And he came across them recently because I was looking for a raid target for another channel, and I found them. But they'd just finished when I was going to suggest the raid, so I took advantage of it myself. So anyone who likes a lovely calm stream watching someone paragliding, the chat is generally in German there. That's slightly irrelevant to watching it because they do answer in English as well if you've got a question. It's a lovely stream just to sit and watch. Oh yeah, V-Kite, yeah. Hello V-Kite. So that's the camera just telling me I've only got 10% left. So it's about another 20 minutes. Yeah, V-Kite was saying the paragliding was amazing, yeah. Yeah, yeah. You know what it's like trying to find raids, really. It's not the easiest thing, but as I said, I saw you on, I can't remember what day, I can't even remember when I'd seen I was looking for raids for another stream where I was modding, and I saw your channel, and then I watched it a couple of times afterwards. It's a nice channel that you can just sit back and watch, and the views are fantastic. Yes, you got a sub, Pink Daisy, so you've got a month of ad-free viewing, and also your extra bear emotes for the next month. Is this part of the garden? Yes, it is. This is right up against the house. We've dropped the camera because the security light came on the drive, which made me think the hedgehog was around. Well, it may be further down the drive. Let me lift up the camera and then you can see what it looked the full garden at the moment. So that's what the garden looks like at the moment. Got all the solar lights on. If you want, we've done a tour of the garden in this stream when we had daylight. So if you want to see what the garden looks like in reality, if you go back towards the beginning of the stream, either on the VOD on Twitch or on the YouTube video. YouTube video is up straight away. It does take a bit of time for the chat to join back up. But the VOD on Twitch will be there as well. So you can go back and see what it looked like. We've been streaming, what, 2.5 hours. You go back and see what it looked like about an hour and a half ago in daylight when we had a wander around the garden. So say you can watch it. And anyone that's new, we are predominantly a YouTube channel. We've passed today. We posted our 1,500th video on YouTube today in the history of the channel, which is a major milestone for a little channel. We're just closing on 1,500 subs on YouTube, which is mind-boggling for a small channel like us. So all our content's over there, but we do this dual streaming YouTube and Twitch. So, and you see the same things on YouTube, Twitch. You've got the same feed, different chats. We've got fantastic communities on both, and it's good fun. What are we down to on the battery? So we've still got 8%. So yeah, so we're a gardening channel. We're in northern England near York, and it's everything that we do in the garden: planting, growing, flowers, the veg, and it's things we can see from the garden, like we did the eclipse. We do some night sky streams, fireworks, basically everything. And over on YouTube, as Lone's pointing out, we've got garden videos, practical gardening, folklore, history, fun videos. So it's a bit of a mix, but it's all everything about the channel is related to what you see in the garden here. And this is as good as your garden as it is mine. So we're always welcome to have, if people have got comments or suggestions for videos, you can leave it in all the usual places. We're on all the other platforms, so you can leave us messages via Discord, Instagram, or in the comments under videos in YouTube. I answer every single comment on YouTube, so I will see it. So I think that was a false hope for the hedgehog. Whether it's heard me or not, probably that. It'll probably appear literally as I shut the door and pack up. Just seeing what's going on. Okay, so I'll go back to that. I'm talking to myself now. I think the likelihood of seeing the hedgehog's pretty slim now, because obviously I'm talking. If we're going to run a hedgehog stream, which we'll probably try again at some point, I'll just have to be quiet and put some music on. I say thanks for everyone who's been here tonight. So I'll say some individual thanks. Also congratulations to anyone who managed to get a gift sub or membership. Take advantage of it. If you haven't won one of the gifted ones tonight, they are available. You can use your Prime on the channel on Twitch or on YouTube. It's at the dirt rate cheapest rate I can set it. Everything that comes into the channel stays within the channel. So the channel's got its own account. So if you see me do stuff outside on other channels, that's just me. But anything that comes in the channel stays within the channel, and eventually, hopefully, it'll pay for some plants and pay for the channel's operation. But I think that's some way off. So I'll carry on bankrolling the channel anyway. Coming up this week, YouTube got all the usual content, shorts every night. What day is today? Tuesday. There was a video out today of the new series about the dark history of flowers. Thursday you'll have the calming video at lunchtime, and then Saturday is the premiere, which this week is the monthly review for August. I'll say some individual thanks to people, because that's always nice to do. If I miss anyone, apologies. Thanks to Colleen, Victoria, Ali, Beauty Love Creative, V-Kite, Aeons, just running through. Christian was here, Victoria. I've said Victoria twice, but if so, it's a bonus. Colleen as well. D was here. Just running through. Cadero was here. Only Me was here earlier. Just check that, see if there's anyone else in that. Thanks to anyone I've happened to have missed over on YouTube. Thanks to all the lurkers over on YouTube. Over on Twitch, thanks Mark. Thanks for saying hello, Settinger. I'll be watching your content as well. V-Kite was over there, Jackie as well. Mainsail, welcome in. Ben as well, welcome. Mark is welcome. Joelle, I think, was here, but has gone off to sleep. See if I can spot anyone else who's been in the chat. Thanks to everyone who's been lurking over on Twitch as well. Lurking's perfectly fine here. We don't shout out lurkers. Some ads in a minute past snooze, then we don't need them. Don't need the few cents we get from that. Thanks to the lurkers on both channels. To say, quite happy for lurkers here. Enjoy the stream. This was a sort of more of a relaxing stream. Back with a gardening stream on Sunday morning. I may stream Friday evening because Friday evening is the anniversary of our first dual stream with YouTube and Twitch together. So I may do something Friday evening, but if I don't, we're definitely back Sunday morning, 11 o'clock UK time, looking at all these plants I've been buying, and where we'll get around to actually planting up or starting on the troughs, I don't know. But we actually may do the plants and then put some in the beds, flower beds, rather than the troughs. We'll do gardening on Sunday anyway. Unless the weather's diabolical, and then we'll have to work out what we're doing, but we'll see. I haven't got a clue where to go to really in terms of raiding. So there's one place that I do know we could go. The other place seems to have disappeared. So I think we'll stick with, we'll raid someone who a few of us will know anyway. They've got a nice calm stream on at the moment. They're not doing anything too exciting. They're doing some bird watching. So if you just want a nice stream to finish your drink off with, you can do that. I'll set that up now. Thanks to the mods, thanks to Leo, and special thanks to Lone, who's been modding on both platforms tonight. Very much appreciated. Go into the creator dashboard and manager. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the bits we had early on from Mamaloons. In exchange, we'll go and raid Mamaloons. And oh, hello at the end, Jean-Moore. Yeah, you managed to acquire a gift membership to the channel. You've mainly got Colleen to thank for that, because she guessed the correct number of plants that I ordered today. So, and welcome, Gigi. We're just winding up now. So hello and goodbye. And I'll see a lot of you tomorrow on all the various other channels you see me on. Have a good evening. I'll just set up this raid and then we can fine. Or actually, I'll tell you what we could do. Rather than Twitch viewers, I'm going to send you to somewhere different actually, I think. Someone else has just literally started. Do you want to go, well, I'll leave the Twitch you can choose. Do you want a calm bird watching stream, or do you want an art, how to make art stream? I know where I'm going to the art stream after this. And I think that'll be a good stream to raid into. So we'll do that, I think. Let me just check that they are fully live at the moment. Sorry for the delay in ending the stream. I just want to see if they are actually. Sometimes they start, but they don't actually start, if you know what I mean, for a Twitch stream. Probably everyone's going home by now anyway. Okay, so we're on that. So if I go back into that, come out of that, go to that. So that doesn't help I'm on the right, they are live. So let's go and do an art stream. So if you want to do some art, we'll do that. Say hello. They do know me over there. It's a really chill graffiti artist. They've been in chat here before on Twitch. They've supported the channel by doing some gift subs on the channel. So let's go and support them back. Hopefully we've still got some people still here that we can go. Have a good night, everyone. Take care of yourselves. We'll be back Sunday and possibly Friday. If not, you can watch some of our YouTube content. Have a good evening, everyone, and take care of yourselves.